We are live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time here in your nation's capital. It's the 24th day of February, a day that will go down in history as President Donald Trump's first State of the Union address of his second term. My name's Larry O'Connor, editor of Town Hall, and we're going to be with you all night long and, well, maybe into the morning, depending on how long President Trump's remarks take. Some people are estimating it could be 2 hours. I think that's a fake. Last year, I think he went 111 minutes, I want to say, last year. Now, last year's speech was not a State of the Union address. I know for a lot of you are like, what are we talking about, Larry? This is his second State of the Union address of the second term. Oh, no, my friends. I'm one of those dorky little pedants who love to correct people. Last year's State of the Union was not a State of the Union. It was an address to a joint session of Congress. Makes no difference. But it pleases me to be able to tell you that. We are going to be dipping in and out of the coverage provided by the White House. At the moment, their live stream is giving us this delightful little AI claymation version of Donald Trump, replicating his swearing in, I guess. I don't know what that's all about. And on the left, you see a scrolling tally of his accomplishments during the first year of his second term. And I'm not, Kevin, who's the senator with the blue scarf supposed to be in the background? Is there a senator who famously wears a blue scarf to...
You know, I'm not sure, but it eerily looks like Mike Pence.
I don't no, maybe Ron Johnson. Let's not Mike. Oh, because he's got to protect his neck from the noose.
That was your joke, not mine.
On January 6th. All right. Well, either way, we'll be checking in as soon as the live feed starts there from the White House. We will share with you the live coverage, and we're going to be here gavel to gavel for the entire thing. I'll probably give a little bit of running commentary during the speech, but I will not speak over our president. I promise you. You will hear every word that he has to say when they do the big applause moment, when the Democrats do their crazy stunts and their insanity. I will give commentary when it's appropriate. But oftentimes, I'm just going to let the moment happen. Because one thing I hate about watching these things on television is when the anchors decide that their observations are more important than letting the event actually happen on its own. So I promise you that. My humble viewers, our wonderful audience, I'm not going to be overbearing like that. The moment is big enough on its own, and we'll let it happen before our very eyes, and we're going to share it together because we're a community here, and we've built a wonderful one. In fact, to that end, I've got some videos and some things that crazy Democrats have said all day long about the State of the Union. I'm sharing them with you. But in our first half hour here, before POTUS arrives in the chamber and gets gavelled in and announced by the Sergeant-at-Arms, Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States. I love these moments. I love the pageantry of our American Republic. Before we get to all of that, we want to interact with you. Now's a great time because this isn't our regular format for our show. This is a live event that we're doing here for Town Hall and across all the Town Hall sites, by the way. We'll get to that coming up. Starting at 8:45, we're going to be live across all the Town Hall sites, and I want you to swing over to the Town Hall sites. Just open a tab there in your browser so you can see our live blog as well. We'll get to that, too, at 8:45. But while we're going for the next 30 minutes before the speech begins, we want to see you. Why don't you chime in and give us as many comments in our live chat as you want. In fact, we'll start things off with, what are you drinking tonight? I'm usually a wine guy. I like wine. I'm a big wine drinker, and I do like my bourbon. And don't even get me started on vodka. But tonight, I've decided to go with beer. Tonight, I've got a local brew. It's called Dirty Bastard. Sorry, Lou Gunn. I'm not swearing. It's the name of the beer. And I'm drinking it out of my direct from Mount Vernon special pint glass with POTUS 1 on it. There he is. And I'm going to be cheering tonight. So on the other side, you can see it says, huzzah. Huzzah, huzzah. So let me know what you're drinking in the live chat. And by the way, now's a great time for Super Chats. Usually we have to wait to the end of the show for Super Chats, but if you want to throw some Super Chats up to us, if you have any questions. Ooh, I hope this is still. Oh yeah, this is fine. It's a dark. Look at that dark ale. I do like a good dark ale. I'm a Guinness guy. I do like that. It's got a nice amber to it. Can you see the amber in the foam? Very good. Nice head. Are we going to check in on the Alternative Democrats Spectacular? Joyce, thanks for asking. Hell no. Oh, it's pathetic what they're doing. All of the various little counter programming. It reminds me, do you ever do this during the Super Bowl? Do you ever flip over to see what's on ESPN or ESPN2? Because any true sports fan, of course, is not watching ESPN or ESPN2 or ESPN News because the Super Bowl's on. And do you know what they usually have? They have like national college cheerleader competitions, like reruns or something like that. Or, WNBA, perhaps. That's what they should do during the Super Bowl on ESPN. And now highlights the best of last season's WNBA, which, would probably be about 5 minutes long. Cheers. Here's to our republic. Long may she wave. 250 years ago, we declared independence, and now here we are with Donald John Trump as President of the United States, about to give his constitutionally mandated State of the Union address to our Congress, 435 in all in the House of Representatives and 100 in the U.S. Senate. God bless this country. Huzzah indeed. Mini you, I will catch the Democrats tomorrow when other people have aggregated the jokes. Actually, good call, Mini you. Right here, I'm guessing, at noon tomorrow when we go live with our regularly scheduled program. I'm pretty sure we might have a segment on the most cringe garbage the Democrats throw our way tonight. Elizabeth wants to know, why can't the Democrats cheer for all Americans? Yeah, that's a real good question. In fact, check this out. I think the question answers itself, by the way. Here is Chris Murphy, who has he's beclowned himself all year long because I think he's still trying to position himself as a candidate for president, but he's never really mentioned. It's kind of sad and pathetic. Oh, and look, he grew a beard so he could be manly like Pete Buttigieg. And now apparently he's shaved the beard and now he's trying to grow the beard back because he can't tell. Does that mean he's like a bi-beardual or something? I don't know. Angela, child of God, with a $2 super chat. Nice to see clean-shaven, proper-dressed Larry. Cheers. What do you mean proper dressed? I do. I'm kind of. I got a little Hufflepuff action going here, don't I, Kevin?
At least you're more clean shaven than Chris Murphy.
That's true, which isn't saying a whole lot. I am actually a day. I was clean shaven yesterday. This is one day's stubble here, Angela. But compared to other scruffy days, you are correct. Here's Chris Murphy when asked about the histrionics that we expect. Let's not forget, last year Democrats refused to cheer a little boy dying of cancer. That's who they are. Forget about cheering for our country, as our last live chat observation came in. They won't even cheer for a 10-year-old boy dying of cancer who wanted to be a Secret Service agent. So leadership, Hakeem Jeffries, has asked Democrats to behave themselves. Here's Chris Murphy commenting on that.
Do you think they should heed leadership's warning to avoid outbursts?
Oh, I guess I leave it to everybody to decide what to do inside that chamber. I mean, every one of us makes a different choice here. I just don't want to be a backdrop for I think the clownish behavior that the president is going to exhibit on stage. I'm not going to be mad at any of my colleagues if they speak up.
So wait a second. I'm not going to be a backdrop for Trump's clownish behavior, but I'm not going to be bad at any of my colleagues who will be a backdrop for clownish behavior. By the way, look at the chyron, the lower right-hand corner. How humiliating for Chris Murphy. Coming up, a bigger name, Pete Buttigieg. Oof. Oh. Coming up, Pete Buttigieg will bring some testosterone to the table. But until then, Chris Murphy, ladies and gentlemen.
I actually thought they were the same person for months.
Well, that's why I think he changed the beard, because it was getting a little confusing there. But you know what happens with couples when they spend a lot of time together? They start looking like each other, you know? But I'm happy for them. They're going to really live. Wait, what? They're not a couple? Oh, he's straight? This one's straight? Oh, Chris Murphy's straight. I apologize. That's my bad. It's hard to keep it all straight. Bob Pacheco with a $5 super chat. It is after dark, time for real kimchi with the beer. Oh, man. I should have gone to Korean barbecue tonight. No, but I did. But just so you know that I walk the walk and talk the talk. I do have my kimchi one right here. Right here. I take it in the morning when I do my radio show from this very studio spot. But I've already had my daily dose. Thank you. John Rowland says, will we be seeing Kevin tonight? No. Kevin, can I reveal, Kevin? Can I reveal to our great community why we won't be seeing you tonight?
You may.
Kevin is a little under the weather. Kevin has the crud right now, and he is bringing it tonight. He is with us, but he is not ready for prime time in terms of camera and lights. So God bless you. Oh, look at Stacey Lavish and those fabulous wedges. 3333 super chat. I'm actually speechless with the attempt of the Dems to steal common sense and swamp. The frogs are so cringe. Speechless. Do they think this is working? Well, that's a good question. I think Hakeem Jeffries knows that it's not working. I think he knows just how bad it was last year for Democrats when, again, they refused to applaud a child with cancer. And let's not forget Al Green waving his cane and screaming at the president, needing to be escorted. Here's Hakeem Jeffries giving his recommendation to his caucus tonight before the big speech.
As for tomorrow night, you've given Democratic members the option to skip the event if they want to. For those who choose to attend, how would you like to see them behave?
Well, listen, it's my expectation that members who choose to attend will be there in silent defiance. Of course, skeptical of the remarks that the president is going to try to deliver in terms of his spin.
As for tomorrow.
There you go. Silent defiance. Can I just say that would be great? If they were just quiet, can you imagine? In fact, why just today, Hakeem? How about every day? Could you guys just shut up for once? Not just for the speech. Just silent defiance is the best way to own Trump and all the MAGA Americans. So why don't we just adopt that every day? Life would be a lot better. Our show would be a lot shorter, sadly. But instead of quiet defiance, we had this today from one of the more moderate Democrats in the House. Yeah, we didn't get silent defiance. We got this.
And I'll just end with this. I would rather stick forks in my eyes than be here tonight to listen to Donald Trump talk about the State of the Union. But this is the people's house, and I will not abandon the people's house.
Representative Angie Craig, a moderate, one of the reasonable ones, and you know she's one of the moderate reasonable ones because she's there with Ilhan Omar, and she declares...
And I'll just end with this. I would rather stick forks in my eyes than be here tonight to...
So is that an option? Because nobody told me that was an option. I mean, given the choice. All right, new question in the chat. We've already asked you what you're drinking tonight. I'm drinking Dirty Bastard. Secondary question. What would you rather watch tonight? President Trump give a 2-hour speech to the American people, or Representative Angie Craig stick forks in her eyes? Let the people decide. This is our moment for democracy. Should we set up a poll on this one, Kevin? This might be worthy of a poll question.
I'll get to work on it.
If we did a pay-per-view on Representative Angie Craig sticking forks in her eyes, we could pay down the national debt. Don't tease us like this, madam. She's one of the reasonable ones. So there's your quiet, silent defiance, Hakeem Jeffries. I'm really excited that after the speech, Hakeem's going to stand up behind the president, and Nancy Pelosi, he's going to tear that speech. And oh, that's right. He won't be sitting up there because he's just a little minority leader. Maybe next year, Hakeem. Maybe, if you guys can lie enough. Guess who else will be there, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, our very favorite, Gollum Schmeagol of the state of Arizona, the thumb, Senator Mark Kelly. He's going to be there, but guess why, everybody? Guess why? Because that's how he can really get Trump. That's why.
Tonight, Donald Trump's going to deliver the State of the Union. But after another year of his presidency, Americans are poorer and less safe. He promised to lower costs on day one. Instead, costs are higher. He's breaking the law, enriching himself and his friends, and shredding the alliances that keep Americans safe. 2 weeks ago, he even tried to have me arrested over something I said that he didn't like. I'm going to be in that room tonight. I want him to look out and see me, and to know this, that he and Pete Hegseth failed. He's not going to intimidate me or keep me from standing up for Arizona and the Constitution, because Americans deserve a president who puts them first.
Gollum, Gollum, Gollum. It's fantastic. He ended his remarks, Mark Kelly, there by just saying, "My precious." He does. He looks like Smeagol. Also, by the way, we've done quite a few videos over the last couple of months featuring Senator Mark Kelly because he's such a joke. And you remember the one video he did from that very office where he had the creepy mannequin behind him with his Navy uniform just sort of hovering there. Remember that? And we pointed it out, and that sort of went viral, that video. Can I just tell you something? I noticed something in this video. Did you notice it? The mannequin's still there, but his comms guy had him stand directly in front of it so he couldn't get in the shot. But it kind of did. Watch over his shoulder right in front of that window behind him. Wait for it. Watch it. I mean, it's so deliberate. It's so obvious that the comms guy said, "Senator Kelly, can we not have the creepy mannequin with your uniform in the background, please?" It's just freaking everybody out. And Larry put it on a show, and then Town Hall blew up because of it, and we don't want to help them. So, in fact, could we remove that? Oh, no, I'm so sorry. We should never ask that. Of course, we're going to keep the mannequin because I know that you like to sit there and stare at it and remember your days in the Navy and how wonderful it was to be on the ship. Okay, no. We'll keep the mannequin. Just stand right here so the creepy-ass mannequin that you keep in your office of your Navy uniform doesn't get in the shot. Just don't move. Just stand right there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you got it. Standing perfect. No, don't move. There it is. There's the cover. There's his hat. That's the cover. That in the Navy they call it a cover. You can see it right by his collar. All right, hold on. He's going to move again. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah. Oh, no, Senator, please move back over. Cover up the creepy mannequin. We don't want to freak people out. Oh, God, we don't want Larry's video to go viral again. No, don't do that. Let's see if he stays in place. They're begging him. They're using little electrodes to keep him right there. It's shock therapy. Does he move one more time? I thought I saw it a second time. Oh, he's really good. He's disciplined. Yeah, I think that might be it. But that was enough. We saw it. We saw the hat from the uniform. It's still there. It's still in his office. Amazing. All right, it is now 8:47, and we're still waiting for that live stream. But I can tell you that as of now, we are live and streaming on all of the Town Hall sites. As you know, I'm the editor of townhall.com. And, of course, Town Hall Media has Town Hall, but we also have Hot Air and Red State and PJ Media and Twitching and Bearing Arms and all the sites that you love to go to. And here's what I want you to do. Whichever one you like the best, go ahead and go to that site. Open up a tab on your browser, because what we've got, like, for instance, at Town Hall, here we are. See, there's our player. You can keep watching us right there. That's the player right there. In fact, we're going to enter the Twilight Zone here. You can keep watching us right there. Oh, isn't that wild? It's me watching me. See that? Okay, so I'm right there. You can keep watching there. You can keep the live chat open in this window, but then there's our managing editor, Matt Vespa, and as the entire live blog here scrolls down, you'll see Matt and a whole bunch of our writers and editors and various contributors at Town Hall commenting throughout the night in real time on our live blog. And then you can tweet that stuff out. You can add your own comments, and it's going to be interactive and fun. All right. So go ahead, go to townhall.com, keep that open in a tab for yourself, and we're going to have a blast all night long. All right. We've got more. We saw Mark Kelly's uniform. Did you all? So am I the only one who saw it? You saw it, right, Kevin? You can see the officer's cover in the background right there.
Oh yeah.
He's a creepy dude, that guy. George Washington would never do such a thing. By the way, did you know that up until something like, I think it was Roosevelt, or maybe I'll get this answer for you, The State of the Union address never had to be a speech. There were many presidents all through the 19th century who delivered the State of the Union by hand. It was a written report. Would you like to go back to that? What do you think? Would that be, would our republic survive if we had a State of the Union just emailed to everybody, posted on the website perhaps, instead of the pageantry and all the things and the late nights that we're about to endure? According to Bill Malugin at Fox News, there are now 70 Democrats and 1 independent who have announced that they are skipping President Trump's State of the Union speech. The number continues to grow by the hour, says Bill Malugin. I don't know if they're trying to get empty seats there to make it look bad, but trust me, those seats will be filled. They'll just keep bringing in, more hockey players to fill in the seats and fans of the U.S. hockey team and people from the administration. Trust me, there won't be an empty seat. They'll fill it out, I promise you. But here's my question: if Democrats in the Senate decide to boycott, what's the number we need for a quorum in the U.S. Senate? Does anybody know? I think they just need 66. I think they need 2/3 of the total Senate to make a quorum. If enough Democrats boycott, could Thune just stand up in the middle of the speech, call a quorum, waive debate on the SAVE Act, and move to a full vote on it? Could they do that? Why not? Why not? Bite these Democrats in the butt for boycotting the speech and actually push some legislation through. They can't filibuster if they don't have the, requisite number to block a vote. If they're all going to boycott, why not? Just a thought. All right. Speaker Johnson, the counterpart to Hakeem Jeffries, the classy one and the intelligent one, he responded to the Democrats' plans.
Evening, the entire country will hear an update on the full scope of President Trump's transformational and historic first year back in office. The results speak for themselves. Why does he have so much to talk about? Because inflation's down, wages are up, investment is booming, the GDP is exceeding every expectation. Democrats, meanwhile, are going to host, count them, 5 separate counter events, rallies of some sort, they call them, in lieu of tonight's address. For all of these theatrics, it doesn't matter how many little gatherings they have or where they stand or how high the volume is on the microphones. They have nothing to offer, nothing but their TDS agenda, the Trump derangement syndrome, and it's on full display. All they can say, all they can tell you about is how they oppose President Trump and thwart his agenda and shut down the government and protest everything from the president's joint address to basic immigration enforcement. And they obstruct any meaningful progress for the sake of obstruction. It's the same tired playbook that they've run for a decade now. It's shameful that they would boycott an address. We don't do that. Republicans don't do that. It doesn't matter if there's a president from the opposing party. We don't skip out. Our constituents want and need us to be here.
That's right. And in fact, it's a really important point to make. Trust me, Republicans' inclination in the past, certainly with President Biden and definitely with President Obama and even with President Clinton, was to do just this. And it's the Democrats who are constantly saying, oh, Trump is exploding the norms and this is not normal. None of this is normal. We shouldn't be endorsing this. We shouldn't. But instead of engaging, instead of debating, instead of actually participating in this great democratic process that we call our constitutional republic, they act like children. They stomp their feet, they hold their breath. They say, well, then I'm not going. They leave. And then, of course, the counter-programming, as Speaker Johnson just mentioned. Look at how cringe this is. The Democratic caucus in the House set up this super professional-looking sign. Isn't that something? The real State of the Union. That's right in front of the doors. And then, of course, if you look at the door where the real State of the Union is taking place, it says, do not enter. Yes. They're so welcoming and inclusive, aren't they? Yeah, that's just one of the events that they're doing right now. Rashida Tlaib is going to be doing one as well. It's a clown car. Abigail Spanberger, of course, the governor of Virginia, is going to be co-opting Zohran Mamdani's affordability message. By the way, if I'm Zohran, I'm pissed. It's like Abigail Spanberger decides, yeah, affordability, that's right. Zohran's right, except I'm not a Marxist. I'm fine. No, she is a Marxist. She's Zohran Mamdani in a Talbot's pantsuit is who she is. She's frankly worse than Zohran Mamdani. What she and her legislature in Richmond, Virginia, have done and proposed so far in the first, 6 weeks since they've been sworn in is actually more radical than anything Zohran Mamdani has done so far. So she's giving the official State of the Union response. And I think that might also be why Trump is planning on going so long, because he just wants to make her, what's she going to do? Be doing, espresso shots? Oh, and by the way, that reminds me, apparently the woke left, are we close? What are we doing here? We still go, the live, just so you know, you're not missing anything. This is the live stream from the White House right now. It's just the continuous stream here. Hang on, I got to pull this up for you. Oh, I don't want to freeze my video though either. Let me swing over here because come on. Am I the only one who loves diaper diplomacy? You got to follow these guys on X. I'm addicted to these videos. They're just the best. Look at little JD Vance. Oh, I cannot wait to see their videos tomorrow. Am I the only one? I think I am the only one. I love diaper diplomacy. They're absolutely addictive. All right. You got to see all of the criticisms that Abigail Spanberger is getting right now because of where she's doing. Here it is. Yeah. So check it out. Spirit of Montgomery and Blue, Virginia. This is on Blue Sky, right, where all the libs hang out. They're all angry about the fact that Abigail Spanberger is doing her State of the Union counter speech in Williamsburg, Virginia. Why? Because of slavery and colonialism. I kid you. It's Virginia. Where are you going to find a place in Virginia to do any speech that isn't associated with slavery and colonialism? She should have, I don't know, done it on the moon. Colonial capital seems like a bad look. College of William and Mary is better. Of course. Oh, so somebody said, don't do it at the, she's doing it at the old colonial capital, which is what Williamsburg was. And there's a beautiful building there. Blue Virginia says, why is the colonial capital worse look than College of William and Mary? Both were heavily involved in slavery. That's right. College of William and Mary also had slaves. College of William and Mary has been working to improve DEI sometime. Why do you think they're on Hegseth's military can't go list? I personally know great graduates. So now they're fighting about College of William and Mary and the old colonial capitol building in Williamsburg. Apparently Democrats are having Abigail Spanberger deliver the State of the Union rebuttal in colonial Williamsburg. At some point, we have to realize the Democratic Party's active role in preserving all these systems and institutions that have led us to the fascist moment and are not working. No, you see, they'd only be happy if they did the State of the Union response in somewhere pure and completely cleansed of America's origins, which really began, in 1619 when the first enslaved Africans were brought here. So you can't do it. Forget about Virginia. You can't do it anywhere in the United States of America. No, the only pure place that the organized left in America would approve of would be the library in London where Karl Marx wrote his manifesto, or perhaps Red Square in Moscow, because that was the closest they came to their utopia. If Stalin hadn't ruined it by murdering millions and millions for the sake of the collective, would have been great, right? Am I right? It's beautiful. Chuck Schumer chimed in when he found out how long the speech was going to go. Donald Trump said he's going to talk for a very long time tonight. God help us. Not sure what he thinks there is to celebrate because America is a mess thanks to him. The most important thing that you have to recognize about Democrats right now, not just, of course, in the State of the Union tonight, but really this entire year leading up to the midterm elections, and that is that they are rooting against our country. They're rooting against our economy. Good news for you, good news for America, good news for our border, good news for national security, good news for world peace, good news for your bank account, good news for your employment, good news for crime in your streets and safety for your children is all bad news for the Democrats. And so they're rooting against you. All right, Kevin, I know we're getting close. We're at 9 o'clock, but this is still the live stream here, unless I'm missing
Scroll all the
something.
way forward.
Yeah. We're still right there. We're right there now. Okay, so we've stopped the, we got this, right? Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
That's it. All right. We're still waiting for the live feed to begin of the State of the Union. That was President Trump from last year during his joint address to Congress. Do we have any other? Oh, we do. There we go. From Travis Leo, $2 super chat. You appeared in my my.
For you.
Oh, for you. Thank you very much. Recently, watch live every day. Thank you, Travis. We appreciate it. Welcome to that. Oh my, $2 super chat. You're hotter on your scruffy days. Well, thank you, oh my. And may I just say, I hope you're a chick. Just saying. Not that I want to, just. Ira Goldberg. Is that the Ira Goldberg? I actually know a guy named Ira Goldberg. I guess it's a common name. $4.99 super chat. Are we expecting any major announcements from Trump? Well, I'll tell you, we have heard that. Wait, someone says they love me, so I just want to throw that in there. Thanks, Corleone. I hope you're a chick too. We have heard that he's going to announce some new tax cuts. Not necessarily income tax, but some other tax related to, I have no idea. But I think we're supposed to expect some tax cut announcements today. So we'll see. And who knows? Audi KG with $1.99. Kevin needs a kimchi one. Well, we all need kimchi one, although technically they didn't sponsor tonight's live stream, so we'll save it for tomorrow. But I think what's ailing Kev is not anything that will be associated with the great numerous probiotics and gut health you get from kimchi one. Shiraz stew in New Zealand. Ooh, I bet you know your Shiraz is down there in New Zealand. Oh, now I wish I had gone with wine instead of ale tonight. Larry, love your work and no BS style from Wakapira in the north of New Zealand. Oh man, Meredith and I want to go to New Zealand. Of course, we want to do the whole Lord of the Rings tour. Shiraz stew, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Kevin, could you please do a quick exchange rate on 20 New Zealand dollars? I want to make sure that that was actually worth something. Angela, child of God, with the $2 super chat. Funny, I feel safer and more secure. No, Chuck Schumer knows better. You are not safer. You are not more secure. Doral Hale with a $9.99 super chat. Love that classic car. I'm terrified that Idiocracy will be a documentary and not a film of fiction. Democrats keep pushing the country that way. Yeah, if you haven't seen Idiocracy, you need to. You need to see that. Absolutely. KD 3210 with a $20 super chat. I'm a chick and you look marvelous. Well, thank you. Thank you, KD. I appreciate that. I'm a married man. Just I feel compelled to say that, mostly because my wife could be watching. We're not getting the walk-ins on the White House stream. Oh, that's unfortunate. Is that right, Kevin? Well, do we want to pop to another stream so we can see the walk-ins? What do you think? Or do we have another stream? All right, we'll try to pop into, because I like the walk-ins. That's a big part of what we do here. I like this too. I do like that. All right, we're going to try to find another stream because we want to get the walk-ins. Maybe the speaker has a stream going. Oh, and it's the Ira Goldberg that I know. Ira, God, it's good to see you, brother. How are you? I miss you. Come to D.C. Let's hang out. I don't go to Michigan much. I'll be honest. I go to visit my brothers, but... all right, here we go. Stand by. We're going to get our other stream going here so we can watch the walk-ins and everybody behaving like morons. There we go. Oh, C-SPAN. Thanks, C-SPAN. All right, here we go. There is your EPA administrator, Lee Zeldin. Right behind him is honestly one of the most important men in the government, Russ Vought. He's the director of OMB. They're up in the family box. You've got all of the children. There's Kristi Noem, your DHS secretary. Right behind her is Susan Wiles. That's your chief of staff. And Sean Duffy is in the foreground here. That's your Secretary of Transportation. And then there's Scott Bessent just in the camera shot there, your Secretary of Treasury. Look at that. I'm telling you, no other live stream is going to be able to name all your cabinet members. By the way, that room right there, the lens is doing an amazing, miraculous job there. That is a really, really small room. The lens always makes it look bigger than it is, but it's super small. And when you get a chance to be in the House of Representatives or take the tour of the Capitol, you will be shocked at how dinky it is, actually. I saw Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin leaning over there, and I can't remember the name of that woman, the senator who was just hugging Kristi Noem. Kevin, you're welcome to help me out anytime you can there. You can see the lights there. By the way, see the American flag behind where the speaker sits? There's Lee Zeldin again. And I just, that's Tulsi Gabbard there, your director of national intelligence. That's, of course, Kristi Noem. Jumping in the middle there. She always knows where the camera is, doesn't she? I also saw there's Jason Smith, who was recently on the show, on this show with an exclusive interview, chairman of the Ways and Means. Okay, see the flag there behind the speaker's podium and that clock? Between the clock and the flag, there are giant, oh, there it is. You can see it. They never show it. It says, "In God We Trust," right there. And that never, ever makes it into the network feed. I wish they would show that more often. That was an accident. But as the speaker is speaking, as the president is speaking, whenever members of Congress are going about their jobs, the original design and architecture of the House chamber has giant gold letters saying, "In God We Trust." Why don't they show that more often? Because I think it's incredibly important and symbolic that our representatives have that looming over them on a regular basis. I like that. I'm glad they showed it, actually. All right, we're getting close to the point. Oh, here we go. This is the Sergeant at Arms. Let's get the audio up.
It looks like I am always interested in who's grabbing the aisle seats to get the entrance greetings with the people coming down the center aisle.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
There's the man.
Leadership is behind him.
All right, you've got the majority leader of both houses walking right behind him, and the teal tie is Steve Scalise from the House. And then, of course, the tall gentleman there is Majority Leader Thune of the Senate. And yeah, you just heard the commentator at C-SPAN say the members of Congress that sit on the aisle so they can get their face in there for a shot with the president, they show up like 5 hours early to grab those seats. And look at him leaning in. Look at this guy's got a MAGA hat. These pictures, these congressmen will use in mailers and flyers for their fundraising and for their midterm elections. That's why they're there. They want to make sure everybody back home sees them.
Hey, Larry, let's switch back to the White House feed.
Have we got it? You betcha. No, I don't see it here, bud. Oh, there we go. Thank you. All right. Let's get the audio up there. Oh, you're right. It's better audio. Thank you. All right. And better shots, too. All right. So that's Virginia Woolf, one of the oldest members of Congress, and she chairs the Education Subcommittee, and she is a giant in the House of Representatives, the woman with white hair there in the Tiffany blue jacket. There's Chairman Jason Smith, Ways and Means. He's the one who made the big, beautiful bill happen. And viewers of this program know that we had an exclusive interview with him last month. Great guy. Selfies with the president. There is the family box, as you can see, the First Lady and the children. Oh, there's Al Green's got a big sign. Steve Scalise just knocked it down. I don't know what it said. Al Green's the guy with the cane who was screaming at Trump and actually has put forth an article of impeachment for him. I wonder what his sign said. Oh, I think it said defund ICE. I love Steve Scalise. Steve Scalise, of course, the majority leader. He's the guy. He got shot in the hip. They tried to assassinate him when the Republican softball team was practicing. Why don't we ever talk about that a crazy leftist, Bernie Sanders, MSNBC viewing leftist, tried to assassinate as many Republicans as they could. Steve Scalise now back. Oh, there's the justices of the Supreme Court. You've got Roberts, the Chief Justice. You've got Kavanaugh there. Only Amy Coney Barrett did not get a handshake. Did you see that? He just walked right past her. He's still very upset about the tariff agreement. You saw that. There's your Joint Chiefs of Staff there. Getting handshakes. That people are going to be talking about that. You saw it here first. You saw it here first. He walked right past Amy Coney Barrett. There's John Fetterman. All right, let's get back now. The pageantry. He will now be introduced, and there will be more cheers. The first cheer was from the Sergeant at Arms announcing him, and then he comes in the room. Now the speaker will introduce him, and he will get another huge round. Oh, there's that George Washington gavel there in the glass. See that? See that white gavel? That is a gavel used by George Washington at some point in his presidency. He did shake her hand. I didn't see him shake Amy Coney Barrett's hand. I didn't see it. One of our Brucas in our comment section or our live chat said that he shook her hand. I missed it if he did, and I apologize. Apologize if I got that wrong. Unlike Jake Tapper, I'll admit if I get something wrong. Okay, a few people in the chat say she got a handshake. Okay. All right. He didn't snub Amy Coney Barrett. Thank you. I apologize. All right, Speaker Johnson. It's going to be a long night.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.
And now we will have several more minutes of sustained applause. This is how it always goes, you guys. This is traditional. It is the pageantry of our great American Republic. And it's super cool.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's really an honor. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States.
Barron is a freaking giant. Look at how tall Barron is. That's always impresses me. I forget how big he is.
Second Lady of the United States. Members of Congress and my fellow Americans, our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before. Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America. When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, After just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages. And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure. Thank you. Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before, and our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked, and America is respected again, perhaps like never before.
You know, that is 2 mentions now of our military and our police officers, and that's very smart. And again, look at it. Democrats will not applaud that. Huh.
After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far.
They hate that. They hate the secure border.
In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States.
Look at Democrats will not applaud that.
But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country. The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year.
Three Democrats applauding that. They want fentanyl coming in.
And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%.
We're getting reports now. Congressman Al Green has already been kicked out of the chamber. He's already out. What a clown.
Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline. Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year. And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem while at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both. And we are going to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that, 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe. Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes. A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest. As thousands of new businesses are forming in factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil. American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
They hate that. What a huge stat that is. And look at Democrats. See, they're not happy about jobs unless it's federal jobs.
DEI in America. We cut a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps. And for all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong. Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Oh, the man knows how to put on a show. Oh, and they're walking right into the press gallery. Those are all the reporters. And the Democrats did stand up for that. They're not stupid. Look at the media. That's the press gallery up there. They can't applaud because they need to be impartial. They don't take sides. They can't be happy about the American hockey team. Amazing. There are some Democrats still seated. That's the way to do it. That's right. Give them more time. That was such a great moment to have them enter instead of just being, sitting there during the whole speech. Because let's face it, they don't want to sit for the whole speech. They're probably drunk anyway. Look at how annoyed the reporters are. Beautiful moment. Hughes just waved at Melania.
It's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House. They were in the Oval Office before, and I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I've never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck. Think of it, 46 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off, do you practice that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Great athletes have gotten that, very great, the best, and I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no, and every single one of them rapidly put up their hand. So I want to thank you all. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much.
truly a great unifying moment, and so well done. We knew that there was going to be something with the hockey team, but I can't imagine a better way to do this. That was
I'm
brilliant.
also pleased to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics, and it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles.
Democrats don't know what to do. The California Democrats are like, should we stand for that? It's in our state.
And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country. And this year, and I must say I got them both. I got them in my first term, and I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place, and now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. But we're getting the World Cup, so we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming, and that is exciting news. So this will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
Wow. What a beast. What an absolute beast. Look at that. What a country we've got.
So, Buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas, one of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one. As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, a young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class. And he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety. People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate. And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you. And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aide, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. Thank you very much. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans. All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary massive tax cuts. They wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead. But we held strong, and with the great, big, beautiful bill, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
You've got some Democrats shouting back at him right now and screaming at him. You could hear them. But that was a great line, great applause line.
And we also made interest on auto loans tax deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America. Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom who's homeschools her children, beautiful, 2 children, during the day while waiting tables at night as her husband works overtime operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening, and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and our expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half. Megan, please stand up. We're fighting for you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it. I did not name it.
I
did not name that.
Wait, who named it? Who called them Trump accounts?
Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man sitting right there in the third row. Nice man, a good man. Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children. They're great people. You know, I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school, and I made computers, and I'd sell them to people, and I just kept selling and selling and selling, and pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops, so I congratulate him on that, but I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad. So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than that. To make this investment in our children's future, go to trumpaccounts.gov, trumpaccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. It's setting every record in the book. It's popular. They knew what it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years, were tariffs. I used these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis. Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. They were ripping us so badly, you all know that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals are all done. And they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth, and the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling. But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful, country-saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace-protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time-tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love. right? Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. I put America first. I love America. For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly use the word affordability, a word. They just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem. They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward. The price of eggs is down 60%, Madam Secretary. Thank you. The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while. We're getting it down. And soon you will see numbers that few people would think were possible to achieve just a short time ago. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, and especially energy, when they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of health care caused by you. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%, like nothing else. That's why I introduced the great health care plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own health care, which will be better health care at a much lower cost. In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big. And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Costs were going to go way up, and that's what happened, and now I'm bringing them way down on health care and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before. Other presidents tried to do it, but they never could. They tried. Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action. But I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere. The lowest price. So in my first year of the second term, should be my third term, but strange things happen. I took prescription drugs, a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way. And here tonight is the very first customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big, Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase, but a few weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500. A reduction of much more, actually, than $3,500. Catherine, we are all praying for you, and you're going to be a great mom. So now I'm calling on Congress to codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing, I'm not sure it matters because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%. But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills. Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new Ratepayer Protection Pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you, and could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston. She placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes. And now I'm asking Congress to make that ban permanent, because homes for people, really, that's what we want. We want homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine. Rachel, Thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon. We're also working to make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
Oh, you got to cut to Nancy Pelosi. Show it. Where's Nancy Pelosi? You got to get a shot of Nancy Pelosi. It's a missed opportunity.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she was here? Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay. I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President, J.D. Vance. He'll get it done. If we're able to find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where corruption and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings us problems right here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games. Delilah. Delilah Coleman was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
Hey, have the Democrats learned their lesson? Will the Democrats applaud a child who is fighting a disease? Show it. Come on, show us the shot. Oh, a few of them were up. A few of them applauded.
Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens. And yesterday, as you probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them. Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you. We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you. As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. It's all cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. we have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice. We'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, a pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Wow, what a rousing. This is how you rally your Republicans. This is how you rally Americans. Remind them what the Democrats stand for and who they stand for. You're either with the illegal immigrants or you're with America. And look at who they're with. Look at them. This is the beginning of the midterm elections right now. This is the messaging Republicans have to carry to every district in this country. Brilliant.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
That was Ilhan Omar screaming like a banshee from the gallery. Wait for her to get ejected. She's begging to be ejected right now. From the, not from the gallery. She's not upstairs. She's down in the House chamber. She should get ejected for shouting like that. Also, don't forget to drink some beer. Thank you.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act. Stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. The cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant. It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID. All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote. And no more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None. And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats, 89%. And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
I'm telling you, Senate, call a quorum right now. There's enough Democrats who have boycotted. They'd probably be able to get past the filibuster. What you just heard is proof that Donald Trump or the White House watches our show, because that's the case we've been making for the last 2 weeks about the SAVE Act.
And the reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things you almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat, they have cheated, and their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
That was directed right at John Thune, the majority leader in the Senate, who has not pushed the SAVE Act through and has not challenged the filibuster rule or
And here
forced
is one more
Democrats to do the
opportunity
filibuster.
to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full-ride scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up.
For people who live in the D.C. area, they know Sage. We've never seen her before, but Republicans in Virginia tried to pass a law called Sage's Law that would have prevented teachers from keeping these secrets from parents. Democrats in Virginia stopped it.
And thank you for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him? But now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately. Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
Thank you. Thank you. We're all saying it back in our television right now. I love it when Trump just says what we're all thinking.
Incredible. Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we? Huh? No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady, now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it? Who would have believed that? Over the past year, She has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight, we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both, and Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much. I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal. This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk. A great guy, great man. So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
Chance of Charlie filling the house for Charlie Kirk.
Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind. We love religion, and we love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible. It's really a beautiful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our communities safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zarutska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina, fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail, stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget. There were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal, set free to kill in America, came in through open borders. Mrs. Zarutska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina. How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there. Starting last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans, Louisiana, big success, and our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen? In fact, crime in Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago. They don't like to hear that. One of sick people, one of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan. Shouldn't have been in our country. And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged, shouldn't have been in our country. Sarah Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Evalie. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her. They'd never seen anything like it. So sorry. Thank you very much. She's a great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect. She was perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. The two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melody, who I spoke to the same night, and she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone, but his mother said, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance. She said, I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay. This was a conversation that I had with her that night, with her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said, sir, he will be okay. The doctors didn't understand what she was saying, and after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melody? She turned out to be right.
Wow, what a moment. Americans truly are the best.
Amazing, actually. I said, where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met. With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death, and we're talking about the edge of death, on his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, but he's doing great. Nice to see you. He's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much. So, Andrew, while you're up, now I'm going to ask a highly respected General James Seward to present Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom with the award created by our late great President George Washington himself. It's called the Purple Heart.
What an amazing, amazing moment. And to the family who lost their daughter. A Purple Heart for the parents. Oh, I can't. God bless America. God bless the United States of America.
We love you all. Love you. We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. In my first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia. Isn't it funny? Sick people. Cambodia and Thailand, Pakistan and India. Would have been a nuclear war. 35 million people, said the Prime Minister of Pakistan, would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda, and of course the war in Gaza, which proceeds at a very low level. It's just about there. And I want to thank Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner for your help. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jared. And I also want to thank the man they report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco.
He's sitting, he's doing the meme. He's doing the
People
meme
like you.
in the Oval Office.
You know, Marco got 100% of the votes when he was in confirmation. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy. And he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco? You have done a great job, great Secretary of State. I think he'll go down as the best ever.
They might make him give the rebuttal with all these jobs he's got.
Under the ceasefire I negotiated, every single hostage, both living and dead, has been returned home. Can you believe that? Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible. Both living and dead. And those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living. It was an amazing period of time. And they came back, and when we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those last 20 are going to be tough. We got them back. But we only got back 14 or 15 of the dead of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug and they dug and they dug. It's a tough thing to do, going through bodies all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found. Tough job. And they finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared, they got it back to 28. They found all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it. And I remember the family of the 28th. They were so grieved, but they were so happy as it's possible to be. They had their boy back. The mother said, "Sir, we have our boy back." What a period of time that was, but we got them all back. So thank you both very much. Great job. And we're working very hard to end the ninth war, the killing and slaughter between Russia and Ukraine, where 25,000 soldiers are dying each and every month. Think of that, 25,000 soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president, would have never happened. As president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to confront threats to America wherever we must. That's why in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil known as Operation Midnight Hammer. Good. For decades, it had been the policy of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism and death and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the father of the roadside bomb. And just over the last couple of months with the protests, they've killed at least, it looks like, 32,000 protesters. 32,000 protesters in their own country. They shot them and hung them. We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. But this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, and in particular, nuclear weapons. Yet they continue. They're starting it all over. We wiped it out, and they want to start all over again, and are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen. And no nation should ever doubt America's resolve. We have the most powerful military on earth. I rebuilt the military in my first term. We're going to continue to do so. Also, we just approved a $1 trillion budget. We have no choice. We have to be strong because hopefully we will seldom have to use this great power that we built together. It's really called Peace Through Strength, and it's been very, very effective. So thanks to Republicans in Congress who are investing that record number of dollars, have no choice, in the United States Armed Forces. Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because as I
Hang tight, folks. Look like we just lost Larry.
now they're paying 5 as opposed to not paying 2. And getting that 5% was something which everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got it really easily with one meeting. And big difference between 2% that's not paid. We were paying the freight of many of them. Very few were paid up. Now 5%, then they're paid. And everything we send over to Ukraine is sent through NATO, and they pay us in full. They pay us totally in full. Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting. And every service member recently. And every service member recently received a warrior dividend of $1,776. You know, they put it on my desk. We got the money from tariffs and other things, a lot of money we have. We have much more money than people understand. Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long. But we got the money, and it was $1,775, and they wanted my approval. And I said, what's the number? $1,775. I said, wait a minute. For one more dollar, we can have $1,776. It's going to I said, we're going to figure that. I never asked anybody if we could afford it. One more dollar, I said $1,776. And I said, that's good. And I'll tell you what, our military, that was 4 months ago, our military, I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it, so we're honored to do it. They deserve it. And we call it 1776. It was great. And we love our military. We love our law enforcement. We love our firemen. You know, the firemen don't get mentioned enough. We love our firemen. We're also... We're also restoring American security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere, acting to secure our national interests and defend our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference. For years, large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico, really large parts of Mexico, have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction. And with our new military campaign, we have stopped record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely coming in by water or sea. You probably noticed that. We very seriously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to go fishing anymore. We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartel kingpins of all. You saw that yesterday. In January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything like it. Foreign leaders, I won't tell you who, called me and they said, very impressive, very good. They couldn't believe, they all watched. They saw what happened. This is a different fighting force that we had years ago when we fought to tie. You know, it's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it. Look at Space Force. Space Force is my baby, because we did that. My baby is becoming so important. And America's armed forces overwhelmed all defenses and utterly defeated an enemy, good fighters, to end the reign of outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice. And this was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States, and it also opens up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary economic gains for both of our countries and to bring new hope to those who have suffered so terribly. They really did suffer. With us tonight is Alejandro Gonzalez. She grew up in a tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to her beloved uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office and opposed Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas. Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life also. But since the raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released, but he is here tonight. We brought him over to celebrate his freedom with you in person. Enrique, please come down. Thank you, Enrique. Have a good time. Nice to have you back, Enrique. There were many heroes on that January raid to capture Maduro, really great heroes. It was very dangerous. They knew we were coming. They were all set. But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor. Chief Warrant Officer 5, Eric Slover, planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter, a big, beautiful, powerful helicopter. It was a massive Chinook carrying, as you can imagine, many, many American warfighters. Wearing the dog tags, his wife Amy had blessed with holy water before he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one. Eric steered the Chinook under the cover of night and descended swiftly upon Maduro's heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation protected by thousands of soldiers and guarded by Russian and Chinese military technology. How did that work out? Not too good. While preparing to land, enemy machine guns fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly in the leg and hip, one bullet after another. He absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into numerous pieces. And yet, despite the fact that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, legs are the most important part of flying a helicopter, to deliver the many commandos who would capture and detain Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle. The machine gun stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, 2 machine gunners who escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat. Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash deep in enemy territory. Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission. We probably would have had to maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded but not as gravely, to take over. I'm about ready to pass out. The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take the searing pain. It was unbelievable what's happened to his legs of the bullets and keep on flying and landing, and people knew what was happening. Everybody in the back of the helicopter knew because they saw the blood pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight with his wife, Amy, Eric, and Amy, come on in. So we have a surprise for Eric and Amy. In recognition of Eric's actions above and beyond the call of duty, I would now like to ask General Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warrant Officer Slover with our nation's highest military award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Senator Mark Kelly there pulling out his smartphone and getting a video of this moment. Of course, you remember Senator Kelly was recommending to members of our military, just like this hero, to question and challenge the orders of the president. Absolutely shameless. Senator Kelly now basking in the glow of this man's heroism and this man's patriotism. What an incredible man.
Well, thank you very much, Eric and Amy. Great to get to know you. I met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg, we have it back, we brought it back. We won the First World War with it, the Second World War with it, and then they decided to change the name. So we changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House, and Eric will be there. Thank you. Thank you, Eric. That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots, but there is one last living legend to honor before we go. He is one more heroic American aviator, Navy fighter pilot. Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than 220 missions. In the skies over Korea in 1952, Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight. Flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war, and despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others, vanquishing his adversaries while taking 263 bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
You know, at a time where we hear all the time in the media and from commentators, you know, why aren't there things that both sides can agree on, that we can unite over, come together on, get things. The president has emphasized these moments today. He has gone out of his way to emphasize moments that make us all unified as Americans despite our differences, and he should be commended for that. It's not easy to do, and it's obviously a very deliberate choice to make sure that this chamber and also all Americans watching see that we do have important things that we have in common that we used to unify behind, that didn't divide us. And he's bringing that back, and he deserves some credit for deliberately going out of his way to make sure that we have these moments tonight. It really is incredible theater, incredible pageantry, and important for our nation, especially in this 250th anniversary of our Declaration. Good for him and good for our country, by the way. Great stuff.
Thank you, Royce, and thank you, Eric. I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it, but if they ever open up that law, I will be there with you someday. But you know, that's our highest honor, Congressional Medal of Honor, and that's a big thing. And it's an honor to be in the same room with you. Thank you both very much, Eric. Thank you. Thank you. 250 years is a long time in the life of a nation, but in another sense, it's really a mere moment in the eye of history. Two of the gentlemen we met in the gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago, 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence, brilliant, Thomas Jefferson, drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants who declared and won our independence from the heroes who stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters, Americans built this nation from 13 humble colonies into the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom, the strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together, we mastered the world's mightiest industries and shattered history's monstrous tyrannies. And we liberated millions from the chains of fascism, communism, oppression, and terror. Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel. And then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will and unyielding American pride. We wired the globe with our ingenuity. We captivated the planet with American culture. And now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world. All of this and so much more is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of humanity's backs. For years they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside, but that great betrayal is over and they will never be forgotten again, because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration, it is still turning to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask. There is no challenge Americans cannot overcome, no frontier too vast for us to conquer, no dream too bold for us to chase, no horizon too distant for us to claim. For our destiny is written by the hand of providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas, and from the historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
And with that, the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, concludes the first State of the Union address of his second term, with some touches of soaring rhetoric, eloquent moments, and some stunning patriotic, unifying, yes, dramatic, even theatrical moments of tear-jerking nature, including especially the real pinnacle there at the end, the finale, those two great American heroes receiving the Congressional Medal of Honor, the highest award we give out in this nation, the highest medal, and always to the military, real heroes. Incredible evening here for this channel and for Town Hall and for our nation, of course, as the president makes his way down into the gallery, taking a selfie with Congresswoman Kat Kammack, who is right there front and center, and real charming woman, by the way. His cabinet has already started to make their way through. No, part of his cabinet is still there, actually, as they wait for the president to make his way through the room. By the way, if you're wondering, he did finish just at 11 p.m., he did not start on time because of all of the delays and the pageantry and the entrances. From the moment the president began speaking to just 2 minutes ago when he ended, we clocked in at 1 hour, 47 minutes, 25.85 seconds. I'm not sure why I had the hundredths of a second going on the stopwatch, but we got it done. And he got it done. And for everybody who, I was watching a lot of the pre-show today. I was watching a lot of the, typical talking heads and analysts and media personalities wringing their hands and saying, oh, what if the president starts to be obnoxious and he treats it like a rally and he starts hurling insults and he starts saying, it's like, this guy has now delivered, this is his sixth State of the Union or address to a joint session of Congress as president of the United States, and he always exceeds expectations. That they always underplay. They always, have their hair on fire. They always, oh, what if this happens? And what if he divides? And what if he never does. The people who are obnoxious, the people who are insulting, the people who are offensive, the people who are divisive are the Democrats on one side of the chamber who act abominably. And that's exactly what happened tonight. Every single time. And yet, again, these people get paid millions of dollars to give their analysis on cable news. And they all say the same stupid things. And they're always wrong. And they were wrong again tonight. The president gave a touching, soaring speech. And he really spent a lot, a lot of people are like, all right, is he going to ask for this? Is he going to give? Usually these State of the Unions, historically, at least for the last several decades, have been a president saying, pass this law and do this thing and do that thing. He had a couple of those, but a huge chunk of this State of the Union address was, we just kicked ass in the last year. Look at all the things I inherited and look at all the things we've accomplished. And we're just getting started. Now get the hell out of our way and let us keep going. That was the overriding message. And it was a damn good one. It really was. It was also a long one. Dare I say, not to second guess the president of the United States, but I want to say he could have gotten it done with sparing at least about 25% of it. But that's just me talking. I do a morning radio show, and I've got to be up at, in 5 hours, and I ain't even close to getting home and going to sleep. So we are going to wrap things up here for our very special State of the Union live stream. So thrilled that you could all be here with us. Kevin, do we have any super chats that we need to address here and take care of before the evening is out? We probably should. I saw a few of them trickling in. Let's do that because we love and honor our super chatters. KD with a $20 super chat. I'm a chick and you look marvelous. I bet you look marvelous too. Yes, that's right. My friend Ira Goldberg, who I've known for many years. UK Patrick, £5 super chat. Hey, staying up late there in the UK. What happens if Ilhan Omar's guests, accomplices, disrupt the event? It would have been great. They did. A lot of them brought illegal immigrants to the table. I don't know if that's who Ilhan brought. She could have brought Somali pirates. I did like Trump calling the fraudsters in Minneapolis Somali pirates. I thought that was classic. Bruce Langworthy, $5 super chat. Love your show. Thank you to you and Kevin for staying up so late. And hello from Oklahoma. Boomer Sooner, Bruce. Thank you. And even if you're, Oklahoma State, I'm going Boomer Sooner on you. Drizzy Ape with the snare drums. Mr. Speaker, the President of the United. I know. I love that. I do. It gets me every time when the Sergeant of Arms does that. It's just the best. Calvin Henshaw with the $2 super chat. Let's see how childish the Democrats can act now. Well, we saw. Pretty reprehensible. Stacey Lavish, 222 with those wedges. Trump is fire. Yeah, he was good tonight. He was on it. 444 from. I do love the way she goes super chats with just the same digit. I'm still reeling from that epic stare down. Wow. Wait, which stare down are we talking about?
There were several.
I guess there were. Yeah, it was pretty good. Woodman with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Larry, for streaming this tonight. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Angela, child of God, $2 super chat. If your heart wasn't touched, you ain't American. U.S. Yeah. Yeah, and thank you for putting Charlie there in there. That was great to see Erica Kirk up there, and God bless her, and God bless Charlie's memory, and God bless you all. God bless this great republic, the United States of America. It was a great night. We'll see. I'm sure that they're already dumping all over the president and Republicans and conservatives and the hockey team and the little girl who survived an attack from an illegal alien. Stay off of CNN tonight. Do yourself a favor. You've seen and heard everything you need to see and hear tonight. Shut her down. Say your prayers. Go to bed. And tomorrow at noon on our daily show, right here on this channel, we'll show you all the atrocious things they're saying right now. I promise. And we'll have a good laugh at them, because that's all you got to do. Just point and laugh. That's all they deserve. Thanks for watching tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless America. My name's Larry O'Connor, and you can call me Larry.